Hello, YouTube world. My name is Steven, and this is completely new for me. The point of this video is just to kind of express how I feel about falling in and out of love. And that has happened to me recently, and I think this has been the best way to, in my mind as a thought, to let it out so I can kind of just have closure for myself. And I just hope that this can, one, resonate with people who have experienced that. But yeah, I hope you can enjoy this video. For now, I'll just start with chapter 1. Remembering my weekend at Phoenix Pride Festival this year, I know I was with my bestest of friends, and I was wearing, what I thought was super trendy and like really form-fitting and, complimentary to my body, and I just felt really confident in who I was as a person, and just being around a bunch of people that were just so open and things like that. I was kind of just at this point of like being confident with myself and finding myself of who I was as a person, and that was kind of the peak of it that weekend. And later that weekend, someone had commented on one of my Instagram pictures that they liked what I wore. And so, all I kept thinking was that no one had ever really said that to me before. Especially like on my Instagram, where I post things because I feel like people would like what I wear. And of course, like, you can't help but like stalk the person who comments on it. And sure enough, I was immediately captivated by all of his pictures and things that he had showed, and he, just had great photographs. And I was very flattered that he had commented that about my clothes. And I thought to myself, this is a really cool person, why not kind of get to know them in their pictures. And at the time, I had another social media outlet, like my information on my profile, and it was my Snapchat, and it was just more of a way to like connect with people. And that person added me on Snapchat, and we sent Snapchats back and forth that day, and that's just kind of how it started. The first day was very interesting talking to him. No one had, up to that point, had really put that much interest in me, and it was kind of overwhelming because he was so assertive, and he just kind of wanted me to, get back to him, and which I thought was interesting because no one had ever been like that with me, and so I kind of just took it as what it was. Sure enough, like, I had friends who I was with that day, and they were, confused as to why I was investing so much time that day into that person who I just barely met, and I was messaging him through Snapchat and sending him Snapchats, and he just seemed like a really cool person. Like, he just was having fun that day with himself, and I was doing my own thing that day. At one point, he had mentioned me liking where he had lived, because he's from Minnesota, and so and I'm here in Arizona, and so it's completely different atmosphere, environment over there. And I thought that would be kind of cool to meet this person who, even though I just met him through social media that day, like, to go and meet him. So right away, I kind of just looked at flights to go to Minneapolis and visit with him, and see what it was like to be with him, because I thought he was this cool person. I thought it would be someone who would enjoy my presence, and we have the same interests, at least what I thought, from just sending each other Snapchats and messages. And I thought, why not? Like, just have an experience of going somewhere else and meeting someone new, and possibly like having that network. I also knew people who were from there, so and they had told me that it was a great place and that I would like it because it's green and lush and beautiful in Minnesota, and completely different from the heat and the dryness here in Arizona. So I thought, why not? And I couldn't help myself. Like, it was just, I don't know, there was just so much to him trying to reach out to me and get to know me that I just was captivated by that and was committed to it. I was, completely like going to give him 110% of my attention, and make him feel like, I want to know what he has to say, which I was. And also, I think that it just was nice to have like a validation from someone who didn't really know me and thought that I was a cool person through what you can offer on a picture. That first day, he also told me I was cute, And so right there I knew that I would kind of just want to keep talking to him and keep him interested, and I was still interested in him, and so I did. And later that night he messaged me through Snapchat, sent me his number, and I was a little confused as to why he did that, so I asked him, like, why are you sending me your number? And he just responded kind of along the lines of, like, well, just to text you, duh. So, you know, that's when the texting started, and we texted that whole night, just getting to know each other and talking about our Instagrams and our pictures and our interests and how much we both, like, really love food and just stupid shit like that. You know, it just was very, not necessarily surface level, but, you know, just getting to know each other and just seeing who we were. Then, you know, we said goodnight, that we would text in the morning, and I just kind of remember after talking to him, I went to bed probably one of the happiest guys, like the happiest guy ever, because, you know, it was nice to know that there was someone who was willing to talk to me the next day. As a person of my generation, you know, a simple morning text shouldn't feel like so great, but it did. And it was just more of someone showing interest in you and more interest in me, and it felt good. It was a great feeling to know that this person who I didn't really know wanted to keep talking to me and, you know, was invested in, you know, their time to me. So the reason why I'm making this video, one, is to kind of just the reason why I'm making this video, one, is to kind of get out what I need to say about how I've been feeling. A lot of people knew about the situation that I've been going through in this time period, you know, these past few months of committing my time to this person and then going to visit them and then coming back, and how it's affected me as a person. You know, I'm using this as a way to share that experience, and hopefully it can resonate with people, one, because you know, love is a very universal thing. It is a universal thing, and it's something that I've just barely experienced, and it sucked. It wasn't the best experience, but it happened, and I'm growing from it and moving on from it, and yeah, and so that's kind of just what I needed. I just needed to share this and kind of just get it off my back, and that's the end of chapter 1.